Good day, learners! Welcome to the new episode of Math Corner. Now, for today's video, I'm gonna teach you how to solve one of the most commonly encountered problems in mathematics, which is called the digit problem. Let's take a look with this example. The sum of three consecutive integers is 657. Find the integers. Now, you might encounter already this one in mathematics, but you don't know how to solve this. Now, for today, I'm gonna teach you how to deal with this kind of problem. Now, since our problem deals with three consecutive integers, now we all know consecutive integers or consecutive numbers, those are the numbers that come after each other, right? Now, what are we going to do to solve this problem? So we are going to represent those three consecutive integers with a variable as usual. So we are going to write here x as the first integer. This is the first integer. And we have x plus 1 as the second integer. And x plus 2 as our third integer. Now, since the problem deals only with three consecutive integer, now we are going to stop only with x plus 1, and x plus 2. But that depends on the problem. If the problem talks about 4 consecutive or 5 consecutive integers, you are just going to continue this one. Okay? But you are going to start first with x plus 1, and x plus 2. Now, by the way, since the problem talks about only 3 consecutive integers, it doesn't specify whether it is odd or even. Now, we are going to use this representation. Now, since according to the problem, the sum of the 3 consecutive integers is 657, we are going to add all of this and we are going to equate into 657. So, by that, we are going to write as x plus 1 plus x plus 2, which is equal to 657. And then, combine similar terms. We have x plus x, that is 3x. And then 1 plus 2, that is 3, is equal to 657. And then, 3x is equal to 657 minus 3. And then continue. So we have copy 3x is equal to 654. Now, divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 218. Okay. Now, going back to our representation, our x here is our first number. Therefore, our first integer is 218. What do you think is our second integer? That's correct. That is 218, which is our x, plus 1, that is 219, followed by 218 plus 2, that is 220. Now, if you are going to check this one, you are going to add all of these three integers. The total is 657. Okay. Always remember, when you are going to deal with this kind of problem, three consecutive integers, it doesn't specify whether it is odd or even. Just always remember to use these representations. Three consecutive integers. That depends on the problem. If the problem talks about 4 consecutive, 5 consecutive, 6 consecutive, just continue this one with x plus 3, x plus 4, or x plus 5, and so on. Okay, that's it. In addition, I'm gonna share to you the representations that you have to remember in dealing with a specific problem. Now, earlier, we solved about 3 consecutive integers. So we are going to write, for example, that is 3 consecutive integers. So we have to write x plus 1, and x plus 2. If that is 4 consecutive integers, just continue this one with x plus 3. If that is 5 consecutive integer, just continue that one with x plus 4, and so on. That depends on the problem. If the problem talks about 3 consecutive odd or even integers, for example, 3 consecutive odd or even. Now, for the odd and even integers, they have the same representations. So we are going to write the first odd or even integer with x followed by x plus 2 and x plus 4. Okay, so this representation is true either it is odd or even. So for example, we are going to have odd integer. Our x is 1. So we have here, if our x is 1, our first odd is 1. Therefore, our second odd is 3, and then followed by 5. So these are odd integers. Now let us check how about even. For even, if our first number is 2, that is the first integer, so we have 2 plus 2, that is 4, and then 2 plus 4, that is 6. Okay? So, x plus 2, and x plus 4 is true either odd or even. So, if you're going to continue this one, let's say your problem talks about 4 consecutive odd integer, just continue this one with x plus 6 and so on. Now, how about our last example? What about our problem talks about 3 consecutive multiples of 5? So what are those multiples of 5? So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and so on. So those are multiples of 5. So what are we going to do with that? What is our representation? Start always with x followed by x plus 5, x plus 10, and so on. So for example, our first multiple of 5 is 5. Our x is 5. The next here is 5 plus 5, that is 10. And then we have 5 plus 10, that is 15. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and so on. So those are the representations that you have to remember. There are still a lot of representations that you have to remember. This is just few of those representations. So the most common representation that is used commonly in problems in mathematics are this one: 3 consecutive integers and odd or even integers.